Hey everyone, Kensurfs here. We're in the shave den and it's time for another shave. I'm catching up with some of my requests and I'm also reviewing in this shave a new product that has just come out from Strike Gold Shave and a collaboration with Shave Dad. And it's a soap and aftershave combo and it is called Fear City. And I was looking at the artwork on this, and I go, all right, is it Halloween? What is Fear City? What is Fear City about? Now, I came from England, December 69, flew into Bangor, Maine. That was my embarkation point. Then I flew to Los Angeles. I have never been to New York City. I've never been to New York City. I've been to Jersey. I've been to DC. I've been to Philly. I haven't been to New York City. But I'm told that in the early 70s, New York City was called Fear City. And I understand that the crime and situation out there was so terrible that they were putting out, the police were putting out pamphlets for tourists saying what to do when you come to New York City. What not to do when you come to New York City. Don't go out after 8 p.m., don't walk in the parks at night. Don't do this. Whole bunch of stuff. I didn't know about this. I suspected something about this when I was watching the John Wick spin-off series called The Continental. And it's a New York City hotel. And that show takes place in the 70s. And when I was looking at, John Wick now and The Continental, the streets look beautiful. And when it was in the 70s, it was just trash on the side. It was looking terrible. And I guess that happened. Can you guys confirm? I'm not there. I've never been there. I can't confirm. But I'm told that New York City was indeed Fear City. So this, like I said, is a collaboration. And it's a new soap and a new aftershave. And let's see. The top notes are lime, neroli, lavender, bitter orange, and metallic notes. Then we have black tea, tonka, gunpowder, leather, pink pepper, and wood notes. And then base notes are patchouli, vetiver, birch tar. It's got a good scent to it. But I figure since I'm going to be using something that's referencing New York City in the early 70s, I'm going to use a razor that came out in the early 70s. And I've been asked to use this razor before. I've had a few requests. This is the bonded system from Wilkinson Sword. And I could be wrong, but I believe this came out in 1970 or 71, 1 year before Gillette Track 2 came out. And this was the Wilkinson Sword's version of the cartridge razor, the first cartridge razor. And I've heard that these are very good shavers, but I've heard also that the blades are hard to get. So I do have a pack here that has at least one new blade in there. We'll be trying this out today. So if you guys are collectors or, you're into the, there we go, tell us all about the bonded system. If you're into collecting, I hear these are really good. So I'm going to be using this in today's shave. I'm also going to be using, from Mojo brushes, I'm going to be using a synthetic. In fact, I'm going to put that into the crystal skull right now. There are a couple of razors I have not tried yet. Here's one in particular that I was thinking about doing in this shave, but I'll do it in another shave. Have you guys seen this? The Gillette Track 2 adjustable. This is an unopened box with the Gillette Track 2 adjustable in there. And you can actually slide the blade exposure from low to high. I was gonna use this in this shave. I think I'll save this for another shave and we'll try the bonded system. Now, I've got two of these. Now, these are relatively inexpensive, these bonded systems, like I said on eBay. This is not the one I'm going to use, but basically it's got, you press the button, she ejects the cartridge. If you want the cartridge in place, you just snap it in place, and there we have a razor. But I'm going to be using the one I showed you. Here we go. This is it. Got a little tarnish. You got the Wilkinson Sword emblem on there. And we have the blade here. Now, let's see. How does it work? I figure it goes like this. Let's see. And it doesn't. So there's where the blade goes, or does, I have no idea how to get this blade, or does it go in? Oh, goes in like that. No? Nope, still not gonna do it. Maybe that blade is pushed in there the wrong way. So hold on, I'm gonna try to wrangle this blade out. All right, all I know is you pull on this. It is the last blade in there. I don't know if that was put back in the wrong way. You'd figure it would go in so you can just snap this right into place. And she locks in pretty good. And there you have your blade. Still looks pretty good. For what, 50 years? Let's see, we'll see how she does. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way and I'll be right back. All right, I put the blade in correctly and then it snaps right in. So somebody had shoved that blade in backwards in here. And since I've never used this razor system before, I did not know. So we now have a good blade in there and we'll see how she does. I've got a few of these blades. They look pretty clean. Look pretty clean. All right. Again, let's wet the face here. We're gonna get, these are the travel size. I got the Fear City travel size here. And this is a big shave brush for this little travel size, but we'll see what we can do. Smell the orange. I probably chose the wrong brush for this. But look, it gets it done. I'm not sure how this soap's gonna help me. It's slick enough. I'm not sure how this soap's gonna help me with a 50-year-old Wilkinson Sword blades, but we will try it. Kind of jazz. First time using a bonded blade system. Unless I did it 10 years ago and I forget, but I really don't think I've used this yet. All right. It's light enough. It's plastic. It's got a little track 2 look to it, right? Let's see how we do. Sharp blade. So far, so good. Let's just keep going. Now it's tugging a tad. Super light razor. Super light razor. Very basic setup, right? Now I watched on eBay, I looked on eBay, and I saw some people selling the original advertisements for this razor. Oh, it is pretty smooth. And it said 1980s. But I figure, you know, by the 1980s, Gillette Track 2 was, you know, pretty much done with the Atra and, you know, we were moving forward. So I don't know if that's correct. I don't know the life of this razor when it was discontinued by Wilkinson Sword. So I do like learning. I learned about Fear City. If you guys know any of the history on this bonded razor, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. You guys used them before? I went to Badger and Blade, the forum, and there was some people talking about these. I mean, it's doing pretty good. But I got to tell you, my Gillette Track 2 with a brand new Track 2 blade in it is sharper than this right now. But again, that's a 50-year-old blade. All right. Now, I see that Razor Emporium sells some of these, like in a sealed can. eBay's got some of them in a sealed can, never opened, comes with 1 or 2 blades. Interesting. Fierce City. I guess, what movie? Taxi Driver was New York City right back in the 70s. And I don't have the 2 bottles. Warriors, come out and play. The Warriors, 1978, was New York City. But when did New York City clean up? Again, if you know, let me know. I'm curious. Oh man, that did take off a lot in that first pass. Very smooth. A little more feedback. And that's a new blade, but I have had my 10-year tetanus shot last week, so. Oh, I thought that was blood for a second. It's just water. Strike Gold Shave. Frank, you and Jerry, you've got a good soap here holding up to a blade that hasn't been worked on, used in 5 decades. But man, it shaved it down. A bit more here. There we go. Easy to eject. Press the button. Ejects. Snaps in. And that's that. All right, let's rinse this off. Sorry, I had to do that Hot Wheel track video, the one before this. I just had to. I felt like a kid again. It's so random. That F1 track, it's just random. And you could bet on that stuff. You know, you have your car, you could bet on it because position doesn't matter. It's random luck. It's like the roulette wheel. It's random luck. And next time I have a dude's day over here and the women are gone and I've got the relatives over having cocktails or whatever, who knows? We might have to bet on that F1. All right. Hey, that performed a good shave. So way to go, soap. You held up to that razor. Way to go. And now, Fierce City from my travel. Little travel bottle. Let's pour a little in here. There we go. No burn. Let's pour a little more. No burn at all, just soothing. There we go. There we go. Well, that was it. The Bonded Razor and the Fierce City soap. It tamed this beast, so very good. All right, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Really, if you haven't subscribed yet, I do appreciate that. If you slap that subscribe button, and if you like the video, and if you have any questions, put a comment in. I've been answering all of them. So I look forward to doing another shave real soon. I've got a new doppelganger, I believe, from PAA about to go. And who knows, I might have to try this out. Break that open, new in box, for one of these upcoming shaves. Let me know what you think. You want to see that Track 2 razor in action? All right, everybody. Talk to you soon. Stay safe.